Hey, so today we're going to talk about the lunge pattern. The reason why I added the lunge pattern, you've got your push-pulls, you've got your core movements, you've got your hips and knees, but I've kind of added the lunge pattern in and of itself because it's a combination of them both. You can use a lunge for a hip position, you can use a lunge for a knee position, so why not just use the lunge in and of itself. The lunge position utilizes everything. If you look at the lunge position, I'll actually show you this way. You'll see that I'm getting hip movement and I'm getting knee movement, but there's just a few key points that I want to go through with you today. So, I'm not a fan of moving forwards into the lunge. I find that it puts too much stress through the knee joint to then reverse that momentum, to then push it back. I think you're better off doing either walking lunges, step ups, which is a lunge pattern, and in my book, and also reverse lunges, which is a bit of a favorite of mine. The key behind the reverse lunge is that I have to make sure that as I step backwards, my body stays on top of my knee and my hip. As I'm coming down, I want you to consider that the glute on the knee at the front is like an elevator pushing you up. So you therefore need to be inside the elevator. Make sense? So as I step back, my body weight is over the top. I'm inside the elevator as I go straight down. I drive straight from here and I'm going to come back to neutral. What I don't want to do, a few of the mistakes people make, is one, they'll step too far. So now that they're outside of the elevator, see what I'm doing here? And therefore, in order to get up, I can't stand up. I cannot physically stand up because my body weight is outside the lever arm. So what I will do is I'll use my toes to drive me up from my back calf and my foot. So what do you want? Do you want to work on this front leg? Or do you want to work on the calf, just pushing you back up off your toes? So make sure that you stay in the front, and make sure also that you're standing straight up to neutral, or I call this 12 o'clock. So I'm stepping back to 6. I can control my descent coming down, but I'm stepping straight up and back to neutral. What I don't want to do is step, drop, come up, and then kind of just step forwards. Again, that last part is just toes. I'm just pushing forwards with my toes, so it's kind of like a mute part of the exercise. Why not just step, pause, control coming down, here, drive straight back up to the beginning. Another point, you don't have to go straight down. You don't have to go here, just stop, just pause. Control your descent coming down, drive up, stand back up again, okay? That's it. That is the reverse lunge. It is easy as literally that. I can't make it any simpler. You take a step, you control your descent, staying inside the elevator. You use these muscles here, hand on your butt, hand on your knee if you need to. Drive up, step back up again. You can load yourself. You can have a weight in the opposite arm. You can have a weight in the same arm. You can have two. You can have a barbell. You can have a kettlebell. You can be overhead. There's many different ways to do the reverse lunge. The reason I'm going on about it now is because I'm going to start doing a little circuit. And it's going to involve the reverse lunge with variations of the squat and some exercises on the floor. So that's it. How about that? How about a nice, short, sharp, simple exercise to get you going? That's the reverse lunge. Remember, there are more knee exercises coming. There are more hip exercises coming. There are more lunge patterns coming. But right now, practice the movement. Stop, drop, drive up. I'm driving up in that elevator. Stop, drop, from here, drive back up again. If you find that you're pushing off of the toes, it may be because you're outside of your elevator, or you're not coming straight back up to here. Remember that the brain's going to economize. I need to cut this short because this is how I ramble. The brain's going to try and economize and go, why step straight back here when I can go down, I can stop there. That's a lot easier, and then back up again. From the front, make sure you've got your 3 points of contact on the toes. Make sure, here's another key point. If I'm stepping backwards, imagine that I'm stepping onto a train track. If I step back onto a train track, I'm more gonna keep in line and I'm gonna keep my balance. If I step back like I'm on a tightrope, I'm gonna lose my balance more, and it's gonna be a little bit trickier to come down, and it's just gonna be a bit sloppy. If you don't have a good balance and you're too narrow, you'll be spending your time fighting this position, falling down and trying to get back up again. So, stay inside the elevator. I don't mind if you're short with the back foot. I don't mind if you're long with the back foot. But whatever you are, you have to stay inside the elevator. Keep inside the elevator. Remember that you're going straight up and down on the front leading leg. You can alternate, bang. But as long as you stay in front of that lead leg or in front of the elevator, inside the elevator, you'll be fine. Last point, and then I'm gone. If I stay nice and tall, I'm towards the back of the elevator. I'm gonna work more of my quads to get back up again. If I lean forwards, and I'm leaning forwards here with a straight back, I'm not slouching. If I lean forwards with a straight back, I'm gonna utilize more of my glutes. The further forwards I am inside that lift with a straight spine, the more I'm gonna use my glutes to get back up again. So think about it, tall, slightly lean, as long as you have a straight back. Train tracks, 3 points of contact, the knees slightly outside of the toes. You're gold, we're done. Reverse lunges, baby.